Oh, girl, it's your boy Thought Stew, and for once it's not Velvet doing the intro, because this is GURL Talk. We're doing a little spin off of our usual podcast because the lovely Velvet is busy doing her own shit, effectively. She is doing a fabulous little web series for Newcastle Drag Idol called Snatch Talk. If you head to the Velvet Snatch's YouTube channel or any of the social medias, go give it a watch. It is great. Enough about her. She's not here. It is time for myself and our lovely Glenn to shine. Hello, Glenn. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. I am wonderful. I'm wonderful.
You might get a talk this episode because Velvet's not here.
I know. We might stay on script. Oh my goodness.
Oh God, I don't know if we'll do that. But you know, one thing at a time. We'll learn. Let's see how it goes. And obviously, as we would with our regular podcast, our spin-off is all about the guests, because nobody wants to listen to us two talk shit about each other the whole day. They can see that for free at Bobby's. Today, for our premiere episode, we've got the lovely Kiki Babs. How are you doing, my darling?
Hi, guys. You okay?
Warm,
very good.
Odd.
Yeah, no, I'm loving life. Just obviously finished this weekend with Orgotic, and that was just insane.
Good insane, though.
Good insane. Absolutely incredible. Do you know what? He's funny. Not only is he funny, but oh my God, his drag is just another level of craziness. But honestly, it was amazing to work with my drag brother.
We like having drag brothers and sisters and
non-binary
people.
Although refer them to monsters, don't call them brothers or sisters, they're monsters.
Oh, drag monsters, drag family, drag monster family. There's so many ways you can approach it, isn't there?
Drag nightmares.
Drag nightmares. Oh, definitely.
I'm actually messaging.
That might be a show, actually. Should we put on an event called Drag Nightmares? I feel like that'd be
great.
Yeah, let's absolutely do it. Someone needs to. I mean, there's not enough alternative events in the UK, so let's make more of those. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious straight away that it's going to be a positive answer, but how is your 2024 going so far?
Oh my God. So it is absolutely insane. Kiki has obviously changed a lot in her aesthetic, in who she is. She's obviously now a lot more alternative. Like, you'll see me now covered in oil. Yep, you got that right. Covered in oil as a siren and spitting oil and blood and guts all over the audience because, you know, she wants to be alternative. But then, you know, she's still quite dolly and pretty, but she's just testing the waters, you know, she's feeling her oats.
Testing the very oily waters, like a sexy chip waiting to go in the deep fat fryer.
Well, actually, it was an activist. It was an activism. It was a protest against pollution in the sea, because obviously everyone knows Kiki Babs as being a mermaid. However, being an evil siren coming out of the depths of the ocean, covered in oil, obviously that's all about pollution. And you know, stop killing the earth. Stop killing our sea, our oceans.
I mean, that is good activism in drag, though, because we really need to stop doing that.
We do. Yes. We do. And I recycled my dress and I recycled my tail using recycled plastic. So it was not just, you know, it was talking about like having the homage to, you know, to recycle, like making sure that like upcycling is just as good as just going to a shop and buying material. Sometimes it's good just to upcycle what you've got.
Absolutely. And it looked like you did a good job. I mean, we've seen little clips of it online, and it really does exactly do the job. You know, it's a statement piece as well. You know, the drag itself makes you stop, and then you watch the movie and you go, oh, shit, we should think about this. Maybe we should stop throwing shit into the ocean at some point, preferably now, you know?
Well, especially because we're eating it now, you know? Like microplastics, you know, whatever fish we're eating, we are absorbing microplastics now. It's nuts. To think that any fish, literally any fish now in the sea has microplastics inside it.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, practically most. So apart from the fish that have obviously been in fish farms, don't. But the ones from the ocean, yeah, of course they'll have microplastics in them.
Maybe this is a
Kind of glad I
factual
don't like
podcast.
seafood now.
I love seafood.
Me too,
I love
actually.
seafood. Like, it was really funny. I was watching this documentary the other day, and a crab was living. No, sorry. Yeah, a crab was living in a plastic bottle lid.
Oh.
Oh,
I
that makes me
know.
sad.
It does make you sad. It couldn't find a shell, so he hibernated in a little plastic bottle lid.
Oh, that's like tragic, but also kind of adorable.
I know.
Oh.
Oh. Anyway, off the subject of plastics.
Well, actually, might stay on it a little bit. So, apart from saving the planet,
Mhm.
where did you draw inspiration to start dabbling in the drag world?
Oh, okay. So it's kind of a sad story. You know, like, people have beautiful stories when it comes to drag. Unfortunately, mine's a little bit more darker. So I became a drag queen. I started my drag journey, let's just say 31st of March, and it was 2021. So this is my official 3rd year in drag. And I was in an abusive relationship and with my ex-fiance, and he got really handsy with his fists. And we were together for 3 years, but it was just horrible. And it wasn't. And I lost all my confidence and everything, and I had to start from scratch. And I moved to Cardiff, and I built a brand new empire. I built a name, and I built a brand new person, essentially.
So, would you say your drag kind of became a bit of an armor?
My drag was my armor, and my drag saved my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, honestly, drag did. Like, people say when your life has been completely upside down and you don't know where to turn to. It was really sad. Like, I was literally in the verge of writing a note to my parents saying, "Keep my dog," and I'm going. Like, that's how bad it got for me.
Yeah.
Especially being autistic as well. I just couldn't cope with going from a really good job to nothing, and that transition just destroyed me utterly as a person, just ruined me. And then obviously drag is what saved me. And my best friend Zach, he spent £125 on my first drag outfit. So he bought my wig from AliExpress, he bought my dress. That dress was supposed to be long. It wasn't. It was very short. It was like uber short. Put it this way, you could see my crotch. And he bought my first pair of heels.
Right?
Bought my first pair of heels. So, like, if it wasn't for my best friend Zach, I would never have discovered drag properly. Obviously, I used to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, but I only used to watch it.
Yeah.
But my drag journey really started within myself. It was creating that character and creating that armor.
Yeah, it's awful that you went through something so traumatic, but there's quite a lot of beauty in the way that you've actually then developed this drag mega house and the beauty of your friends coming forward for you and all that. There is some lovely elements to the outcome.
No, there is.
It's a shame the journey was so rocky for you. I'm really sorry to hear that.
That's okay. I mean, well, my story kind of got me into the arts of ITV, and BBC wanted to know more about my story, and I've been working a lot with TV shows. So realistically, if I didn't have that story, if I didn't have this shield, this guy, I'd say she's my guardian angel, to be honest. Kiki Babs is. She's a nightmare, but you know what? She's everything for me, and she has really, like, opened a whole brand new world of sisterhood, of family, of love, warmth, and everything you can do. Really, I'm an inspiration to some people, and they tell me I started my drag journey because of you. And I remember back in the day, I used to be like that to some people. Oh my God, I look up to you, and this is how I want my drag to be. But unfortunately, you can't just be somebody else. You have to create yourself.
Yeah.
You can't copy somebody. You have to just create something from scratch. So that's what I did. I just took elements of certain drag queens and was like, haha, I'm going to try this and I'm going to try that. And I failed a lot. I'm telling you, I failed a lot. Jesus Christ. I was a mess when I first started drag.
Who isn't? That's
My
the
set
journey,
was
though,
falling
isn't it?
down. Oh my god, my set was falling down, and I will admit something hilarious. Well, it's not hilarious. It's actually kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, I've had to go through this journey. So I decided to do a wake up with Kiki Babs. Yep, you hear that right. And we all know that Kiki Babs is a bit of a whore. We know this.
No.
However, covering yourself in condoms that had mayonnaise in them and waking up on a live feed like, oh my god, I've been to a bukkake party and I lost 500 followers that
Oh,
day.
wow.
Everyone was disgusted at me, so I had to like kind of refrain from being that gross.
That's kind of iconic,
But it
though,
was
at the
a
same time.
journey. It
Like,
was a journey.
if you're going to lose 500 followers, at least do it for something stupid, though. That is, like, come on.
The worst thing was my parents watched the live.
Oh, no. I mean, did they have fun?
No, I had a very angry family. Do you think this is appropriate? Well, I thought it was funny. My dad found it hilarious, but no, my mother was appalled. She was absolutely disgusted. She was like, oh my God, this takes me back to when you were doing Salou. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, well, when you showed your ass to the Sun newspaper, because you were... So, you know, there's controversial things I've done in my life, but at the same time, having a theatre degree has kind of like opened that door.
You say disgusting things, but I say iconic things because, like, it's all in the opinion of the people watching it as to whether they're personally disgusted by it. But realistically, you're just having fun and expressing yourself.
I
And
know.
now,
I think shaming Salou though and shaming Brits, you can actually find it if you actually look hard enough. Just Google. Google the Sun and Google "boozed up Brits disgrace Britain."
I remember
My
that, to be
ass
fair.
is on the front page. With the Grumper Lads, where I'm pulling my thumb out to everyone, like, yay! Then I've got my mate throwing up in a bucket. Like, on the next page, you've got someone else being spiked, laying on the floor. Oh, yeah, oh, God, we got in so much trouble when we were in Salou. We were on tour as well, which was the funniest thing. We were doing, I was an uber gay dancer. You know, I was part of the Panthers, which was an urban dance team. We were more like, I'd call it show dancing. It wasn't urban at all. They wish they were. And we were supposed to do the competition, but we were always pissed. So we didn't enter any other competitions. We just basically went for a boot and ended up in the paper for it.
Sounds about right, though. Standard British holiday, isn't it?
3 days. My parents had to see me in the paper. I was gone for 3 days.
I mean, you came back eventually.
That's what I said. I'm back, at least. She was like, yeah, but I didn't expect you to be in the paper.
Well, you know, you're in there. It's all publicity is publicity. At the end of the day, whether it's good or bad.
Exactly.
Right? That's what we've all been taught. I mean, I like just going slightly back to it, the idea of being your own guardian angel as well. Like, that's really cute. Like, people think they have to have someone else be that, but, you know, you've just got a persona, a drag sort of existence that has become that. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
And you've also been sort of the founder of the House of Chaos as well. Like, what's, you know, tell us a bit more about that.
There's 3 founders. So we've got myself, my drag mother, myself, my drag father, which is Nicholas Hoare, and my other drag father, because they're together, called Rider All Night, and we are the founders of House of Chaos.
Oh, so you got two hot drag dads.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I like that. That's a truly queer family. I like it.
Who I live with, and now we've adapted. We've got more. So basically, our aim is to bring on queens, kings, things, and whatever they want to call themselves, or whatever they identify as well. We're literally come and join the house, and if you don't get a platform, we will help you get a platform. So we've had baby queens who have never had a time of day, never seen a stage, and we've given that opportunity for them to have a stage.
That's cute.
Wow.
That's what people need, though. Like, if you are claiming to have a drag family in a platform, people don't always use that in the right way, you know? If you've got something that you can offer up to people, why would you not do that, you know?
Exactly. Stabbing people in the back just to get a platform is not the way forward. And also, like, the way, like, I never had the help when I first started drag. In fact, I was frowned upon. I never had the help. I was bullied. So when you've got, you know, when I've created this beautiful persona and I'm now helping we as a family are helping those who don't get a platform. We work with a lot of people with autism, like myself, and we give them a stage, we give them a platform, and we get them to work with international stars that they would never have worked with in their entire life.
That's beautiful, because you're not just breaking the cycle that you were in when you first started. You're creating a new cycle, but it's a
Yeah.
positive cycle. And we need
Yes.
more of that in the drag world. We really do.
We do. And the thing is, a lot of people will stab each other in the back to get a platform, and I don't agree with it. It's not okay.
It's not necessary either. Like
It's not necessary.
if you fight for yourself and you put yourself out there in the right ways, show your skills, show who you are, you'll get the platform without having to drag someone down.
Exactly. That's why I do Wrecking Ball, and that's why I play all my Kiki Babs Says games, and my rules. I get to say what you do. No, I'm kidding. So I will talk a little bit more about Kiki Babs Says, because it's a very, it's nice. I wouldn't say it's controversial, but it's put it this way, it's for the plus 18s.
Okay.
I will get them to basically strip down to just basically a hat, and they cover their bits with that hat, but they've got to find me items, and when they collect those items, and they've got 10 seconds to get those items, and they're against each other, so it's two guys against each other. They've always got to be a fit daddy. That's just my rule.
Naturally.
And they've got to run and grab an object. And I played it with the rugby lads when I was performing in a rugby club in Wales and in Banwen, and these two rugby lads had to get me what I wanted, like a shot or a cigarette or a lighter. They had 10 seconds. And I mean, these 10 seconds are like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no.
Or sometimes it'll be like 10, 9, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, didn't even get to 1, It's like, and just make it really fun for the audience. And then obviously I play the other one, which is Wrecking Ball, and I'm swinging off a man on a chair. I've broken a few chairs, but I've had to create something that would inspire other artists, and not just that, like to have fun. Drag's about having fun. It's not always about being serious. You're not always having to show face and point and lip sync. It's about having fun.
Can't imagine. God, TV's taught us the opposite, though. That's the problem, isn't it? Like, real life drag is about having fun. TV drag is a competition where you should still be having fun, but don't reflect that onto reality. Like, if you go to a bar and expect all of the drag artists to be exactly the way that the drag artists are portrayed on TV for a reality TV show, you're going to be very, very dissatisfied. Probably more
But have you heard? Yeah, but have you heard about venues? Some venues actually contact me and say, we don't want a RuPaul Drag Race queen. We want a funny camp queen.
Yeah, they do. It's just something better for audiences. Like that, when you're watching the TV, you're watching it as a TV show. Like, you don't want to watch a TV show in person. It's not the same thing. Like, if you're in a small bar getting drunk with a small stage in front of you, you want to see the stage used. You don't want to see someone standing there just looking good. We can all stand and look good after a certain amount of makeup or drinks, right?
No, Kiki's had a glow up, thank you. Kiki's been spending a lot of time having a glow up and wearing human hair laces. Kiki's expanded. She's no looking like a crazy ass clown. Kiki is creating this beautiful glow. I am never going to go back to my clown days.
Maybe for Halloween.
To be fair, I think some of the best performances I've seen have been non-RuPaul Drag Race queens.
I know.
And I think some of the worst ones have been RuPaul Drag Race queens.
To be honest, right? When you look at like those ropey queens, like the original queens, they were hilarious. They didn't care how they looked. Obviously, they care how they looked, but they didn't glue down their eyebrows. They just painted over them. They didn't
Ophelia Balls.
Oh yeah.
In Newcastle, Ophelia Balls, hands down, one of the most talented drag queens ever. And I don't dare guess Ophelia's age because she'd murder me.
We're not allowed.
I'll guess it.
Put it this way, I'm 30-something, and I remember them from when I was in town at 17.
Right, I'm going to guess Ophelia's age, and she can hear me say it now. Okay, you ready for this? I reckon Ophelia Balls is at least 61. I'd say RuPaul's era age.
I'd say that's a sensible guess, actually.
I'd say
Yeah.
she won't be able to hear it anyway because of the loss of hearing after that age. So,
I
No,
know.
I'd definitely say Ophelia would be somewhere between 55 and 60.
I reckon she's almost Lady Bunny's age. I reckon she might be 61 because wasn't she friends with Well, obviously she knew who like the original drag queens were, didn't she? Like trying to think of a name. Like, come on, she did blankety blank.
Oh, Lily Savage.
Lily Savage. You know.
Yeah.
Some of these queens knew them. That's the one person who I always wanted to meet in my life was Paul O'Grady. The one person I've always wanted to meet, and I never got that chance.
Yeah, he was. See, even Lily Savage was never like a glam, pretty queen. Like Lily Savage was like that neighbour down the road of 5 kids who really
I don't know.
got on your
Actually, I
nerves
thought she was kind of hot. No, I'm kidding.
But like, yeah, no, iconic.
Absolutely. But now we've got to look up to Rue girls now.
Nah, we've got Dragula. Anaphylactic got our way through the door
Oh my
recently.
god! I will spill a little bit of tea. We are working with 4 Dragula artists, international artists this year.
Wow.
One has already been Orgotic, and it was an exceptional show. We've already had some of our reviews. In our last performance, though, unfortunately, they didn't turn off the smoke machine, so the footage is very... a lot of people were dying because a lot of people had asthma. So, as in, not the audience were dying, the performers were dying.
Was it like Teresa with that purple urn?
It was just a bit of extra. To be fair, it was just a bit of extra drama, I guess, because it added more to the death. Well, yeah, if you're going to die at a drag show, you're going to die by a smoke machine. I would want to die by a smoke machine, to be honest. At least I had a good time and passed out.
Oh, you've just reminded me of a story of a smoke machine. That's like gonna go back into the. So it was actually my DJ friend who told us this story of like he used to do like the proper early days of gay clubs DJing, and he said they even had like a drag queen in Newcastle. I can't remember the name. Like they're completely retired now, but the drag queen who used to DJ there used to be a bottle for filling up the smoke machine, and then another bottle. Anyway, you can see where this is going. Eventually, he was DJing, and somebody had said, "Oh, wow, it was smoke machine juice, so you'll just have to make do with the flashy lights instead." And he was like, "All right." And later on, he sees this bottle, and he's like, "Oh, it's full." So he pours it in the smoke machine, and then somebody goes, "Oh, what was the smoke machine stuff left?" He went, "Well, yeah, there was that bottle just there, so I've poured it in." And it was the drag queen's piss bottle. So everyone was breathing in piss fumes.
That's a different kind of bar. That's a very specific type of place to visit.
Wow. Do you know what? I would have gone anyway just to be pissed on. Why not?
But yeah,
We charge extra for entry for that one.
Don't mind dying by smoke machine as long as it's not a piss fueled one.
Well, my next look is I'm going to be the film Alien?
Yeah.
As in from the 80s.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, that's the one. So, the mother of the aliens?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a pregnant alien soon, ripping out my stomach, ripping out a baby out of my stomach, and eating it.
That's brilliant.
So I'm going full drag, goth, scare, fucking you name it. I'm going full scare. Because after working with Orgotic, oh my god, I'm tame. I am tame. I thought I was naughty. Fuck no. I am far too tame for that show. So yeah, Kiki Babs is going to be she's going to be an all-rounder. She's not going to be pigeonholed. When they say you're never going to expect what Kiki Babs is doing, that's exactly what I want to keep. I don't want people to know exactly what I do. I want them to be have that fun factor. Like, what's Kiki going to do today? I don't know. Do you know what she's going to do today? No. I want that kind of eeriness to it. Like, you don't know what I'm going to do.
That's keeps people on their toes, though, don't they? Really? Because
exactly. Because why be predictable?
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of predictable you kind of want. Like, you want people to know they're going to be entertained. They know that you're going to be wild, for example. But you want them to still be like, that's why I want to go, because I know I'm going to get something wild. But what am I going to get? And that's
exactly,
fun, isn't it? Like, whatever it is, it's going to be entertaining. But it's like a Kinder Surprise. You've always got the Kinder to rely on. But what is the surprise?
It's like when I did Matilda on acid. I did Miss Trunchbull on acid.
I was going to say Matilda on acid, isn't that just Coraline?
Wow.
No, it was Miss Trunchbull on acid, and I fed the judge cake. I shoved cake in their mouth and was like, "You want cake? You've got cake." And I shoved it in his mouth, and I'm like, "You fucking hate it." Drag Idol competition last year. Judging this year, though.
Ooh.
I mean, that's
You
kind
looking
of
forward to
fun.
judging?
I am looking forward to judging. Yeah, it would be nice to get back onto the judging panel. I mean, the last time I judged on a judging panel was the Battle of the Bands.
Ooh.
Even though I
Oh,
can't
wow.
play an instrument, I've just got that kind of judging skill. So they wanted me. They wanted somebody who could do theatre, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll take Kyle back then." So I had to judge Battle of the Bands. So I had to listen to loads of rock music, and was like, "Yeah, I love this."
That actually sounds
Scoreboard.
What would you say your judging style is then?
I would say, too honest, without being a cunt. So I would say, so like for example, I'm not biased. So if I hated somebody, or no, like, I hate strong. If I loathed somebody, I would still watch them and I would still give them a critique that is just for their act. I wouldn't just judge them based on the fact that I don't like them, because that's not how you judge.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you can't win everyone over. However, when I was judged in, and I'm going to say this, okay, because this is real tea. When I was judged in Drag Idol in Cardiff, I told the judges what I was doing previous to doing the show. They all understood. When they, after the show finished, they were like, "I didn't understand it, I didn't get it."
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
And that's because it was a best friends race and they weren't actually being proper judged. I got judged on oh my God, I got read on a stage, okay, by another participant from a phone. She had to read me from her phone because she couldn't read me otherwise. And she got through. Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Oh, it is bad. So when it comes to my judging style, I would say I'm truthful and fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough love is what you need sometimes, isn't it?
Tough love. Yeah.
High
And the
praise
thing is,
where
I'm not
it's
going to
ready.
say you shit. I'm just going to say apply next year, because maybe you're not ready this year, but I'm not going to say, no, that was shit, I hated it, don't get you. Nah. No, because drag is art and art is subjective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the thing is, when it's like art, it's very personal, and some people have put a lot of effort into it. I think it's a bit like what the MasterChef people have said like before, where they've like ate horrible meals, but they're still like, we've got to respect them because they went to the effort to cook it.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of the same with a drag performance, isn't it? You've got to respect the fact that someone's put time and effort into putting
even
a
if
show
you
on
don't
for you.
understand it, even if you don't get it. But next time I will shit on the stage for a laugh, and maybe turn it into a painting. No, I think that's a bit too dark. No, I won't do that.
Maybe not for Drag Idol.
In the judge's face. No, I've got to be a judge now, so I've got to be like respectful, and I've got to be like glamorous and sitting on my little stool and like giving critiques. You know, I'm gonna love it. I'm just gonna love it. Love life.
That's what you should be doing.
Exactly. But it was so good to see you guys, obviously in DragCon. Honestly, it was so good to see you all.
Oh, it was lush, wasn't it? It was such a fun weekend because everyone was just happy, like happy and surrounded by drag. And what more can you want? You know, that's what DragCon's all about. Like last year when it was the whole, oh, it's sponsored by They Who Shall Not Be Worthy of Being Named, and they've pulled out because there may be a little bit of controversy. This year there was no issues. It was like all the sponsors turned up.
I know. Although that person should have turned up, because they are still drag. They are still drag, and let's just say if it was Will and Belly, we don't know who it is, but let's just say if it was, it would be amazing, and it would just, I think everyone should deserve, right? I know it's RuPaul's Drag Race Drag Con, because obviously it's sponsored by Well Plus Presents. But I still think that those who aren't part of Well Plus Presents, like Dragula, should be able to still have a platform, regardless if they don't like each other.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, they should celebrate each other. And they're two different things as well. Like, you're not going to have the same cast members really applying for both. I mean, some of them do, but not very often. And, like, when they brought J.J. Leon for Dragula, it was like, yeah, look, you can be both. I mean, one may be better than the other, but, that's fine. Like, explore your different art forms and art changes. Like, one minute you might be Taylor Swift, the next minute you might be a dead clown. that's just
In
the
the
way that
next, you
drag
might be
works.
Beyonce. You don't know.
Well, I mean, going from Taylor Swift to Beyonce is going to be a stretch, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Hey, everybody has dreams, okay?
I do think like I love DragCon, like, but I think I love more like the booths and going to see the actual queens more than the stage
Yeah.
performances.
Oh,
Like,
Although I think the price of the booth this year, because obviously we had one,
yeah.
was extortionate compared to last year.
Wow.
It was extortionate. I can reveal the price of the booth.
I remember Shakuri saying she worked out like if she got a few of our mates together and did a couple of hours, like 2 hours each across the weekend, it worked out about 200 quid.
So it was £1,500 plus fees, plus you needed the background fee as well, and you also needed. They gave you an empty canvas, a chair, and a table. Not dissing DragCon, because I love DragCon.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was very lucky to be featured in DragCon, but like for the fee, it was so expensive for a booth for each queen to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
And
expensive.
I remember the first year I went and I felt really bad for like the French and the Spanish and the Italian queens because we're ignorant Brits and don't actually give time to like their seasons. So they don't actually get as much exposure out of the booth. And it's like sometimes they just hope to break even.
I know, but like these
The
guys are
Canadian
quite.
ones are the same though, weren't they? Like they were. I spoke to a couple of them and they were like, "Well, look, we're not here to make money. We know that's not going to happen because unless you've won the season, not as many people are going to come to the booth." Like I was stood with Chaos, for example. He's just like, "Look, I'm here to show my art, to see if anyone wants to speak to me. Like if I can make back my money, I'll be happy with that." And that's quite bad, really, isn't it? Because if you can't
Yeah.
even get that from an English-speaking season, like what hope do the
Mhm.
other icons have from like the European seasons?
Well, to be honest, the Dragula girls did really well. Like monsters, sorry, they did really well in terms of like getting the audience and everyone like running to their booths. And then you had certain queens. I can't discuss the names,
We would
but you had
not.
certain drag queens from RuPaul's Drag Race season 3. I'll just say season 3, who barely had anyone at the booth, and it was sad. And I felt a little bit like they've worked their ass off to get where they are.
Yeah.
But then if you're not edited right,
Yeah.
you're gonna look like a cunt on TV, and then nobody's gonna want to come near your booth.
It's like just May is one of the nicest,
I
funniest
love
queens.
Just May.
Honestly, I have all the time in the world for Just May. Like, and yeah, it did her dirty, that show. But equally, she kind of just owns, like, laughs it off and goes, "It's fine. I got to stay at home for 6 weeks."
Exactly, but not just that. Jess May's had a really good glow up recently, and she's really smashing the industry now. Like, I have all the respect for. Honestly, I have respect for all these Drag Race queens. Like,
she's a hard worker, Just May.
yeah,
You can
and
see
the
that.
thing is, it's not easy, and a lot of the girls have had a horrible time on the show. Some of my sisters have had awful times on the show, and it's made me think: should I apply? Should I not? And still, I'm in an R about it. I would love to be a Rue girl, but at the same time, I'm terrified of how my edit's going to go. So, like, it's where do I go? Do I need this show to be who I am and continue my legacy, or do I not do this show and then not be that Rue and not get that opportunity and not get that chance?
Thing is, if you applied and they started sort of going for it, you still got the opportunity to say no if you don't feel like it's right for you.
Well, I applied, and then unfortunately something bad happened to me in Cardiff. I was assaulted by 3 men, and I pulled out of auditioning. I only had to send my audition videos off. That's all I needed to do. I did everything else. And because that happened to me, I pulled out. And then I spoke to some of my Rue girlfriends, and they literally said, maybe that was the right decision at the time for you, but you are ready. You're ready for this. But
if you don't go in the right headspace, it's not a good environment. Like, look at Adore Delano and All Stars. Like,
I would not have passed TV screening. I would have broken down in bits because, unfortunately, what had happened to me previously happened to my drag mother, my previous drag mother, who you guys all know, who was one of the founders of, who was the owner of Bling 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 UK. So, so it hit me really hard, and I moved away from Cardiff and settled in Gloucestershire with my drag dad. And I'm here now, and we've created a fantastic house called the House of Chaos, and we are chaotic. Um, but we
As you should be.
we are a loved house, and we do everything, and we collaborate with many people as we can, and give them a platform that they deserve.
Oh, it's so nice, like to have a world with drag opportunities. If you could pick any drag artist to work with, and
Yeah.
to work with yourself and the House of Chaos in the future,
Yeah.
and you get a golden ticket, no budget, who would you go for?
Okay, there's 2 because I love them. No, there's 3. Hang on, there's 4. Can I go for 4? That's
Go on then.
hard.
Go
Okay,
on,
I'll
then.
do 4. Adore Delano, Bianca
Yes.
Del Rio,
Yes. Hi, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jinx Monsoon,
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
and Gia Gunn.
Oh.
Ooh, interesting.
I love them. They're all different in their drag style, but they all make me laugh the most. Oh no, sorry, wait there. I'll choose number 5. Wait, what? I've got to, because she's going to be uber expensive, and no one can afford this queen. No one. And she used to cost 50 quid just to go and see, and she would only be there in the booth for an hour. You know who I'm referring to. She's Italian.
That could be
Italian?
Can you think of who she is? I'm gonna give you a clue. She's renowned for wearing a mask.
Valentina.
Valentina, I would love.
I did think
to work with
Valentina, but I didn't realise she was Italian.
Yeah,
That's
I would love to work with Valentina. Love it. I'd love to.
Her queue was insane at DragCon 2 years ago, mind.
I know. Did you see it? It was literally to the entrance.
It went up the pink carpet all the way, and I was just like, and it was the fact that she was like, "You pay £50 for my stuff, I will be here for this hour only." It's like,
yeah,
diva.
Literally, yeah, but she made the most money.
Oh yeah. Oh, she did. She really did.
She raked that money in. And the thing is, if you don't buy anything, you ain't getting seen by me. And literally, she made her money. She sold out in a day.
Oh,
In 1
that's all
hour.
you
She
need.
sold out in 1 hour.
If you do it right, you don't got to do it bad. Like there you go. That hour, you've made the same as everyone did in a day. Done.
Yeah, I know.
Out of drag, onto the booze, onto the red M&Ms. Let's go.
Well, she had her minions as well, didn't she? She had her little minions who were selling on the side for her as well. But if they wanted a picture with Valentina, you had to literally buy now, and you've got an hour, and otherwise I ain't seen you.
Oh yeah, and a lot of them was like pre-ordered as well. It was amazing. Really, she
It
did
was
spot on. But she was really nice as well. Like my friend bought one of those meet and greets and went to see her, and like even though it was like so strict, when you actually got the time with Valentina, she was lovely.
Oh.
She smelled really good and she looked beautiful. So like,
yeah, you had 1.5 minute with her. Well, not even that. I think it was 40 seconds.
that's like £1 a second, basically.
It wasn't even £1 a second.
I wish I could get paid that much.
I tell you what, it baffles me how different meet and greets are, and how different meet and greets can be between different queens and also different countries. I got thinking about this the other day, like because we met a horror recently, but like it was like literally like a picture at the brunch and then moved on, sort of thing. To be fair, I was paralytic, so she should have moved me on. But then I was thinking, like, when I met Silky at DragCon this year, I was really taken back by that. She was like, "So what's your name? Where are you from?" And she was actually taking the time to have a conversation, and I thought it was just going to be, "Here's your picture now, bugger off."
Well, I got to, because obviously I got to be with the girls, and I got to like actually have a chat with Tamara Thomas. Oh my god, and she's amazing. And I got to literally sit and talk to Taste, because obviously where Taste is from, which is Newport. We were talking about Newport, and not only talking about Newport, but we were also talking, like, I'm from Cardiff. Well, not originally from Cardiff, but I lived in Cardiff, so we had something to talk about. And Taste is an amazing drag queen and an inspiration. But then I got to meet the girlfriend experience, and now we chat on Instagram, and I love her. Do you know what? Like, and what I loved about the DragCon this year more than anything was, I got to be immersed in international queens from all over the world.
It was beautiful. There was more of them than ever before, I think, as well. Like
300.
oh no, I mean the international ones particularly, because like when you're watching the announcements, obviously they get through some of the US ones and stuff first,
Mm-hmm.
but then they just had this like 3 week phase basically of announcements, and they were all European queens off the franchises
I
and the
know.
spin-offs, and it was like, yes, bring it here because we want that. Like, yeah, it might not be that they've got the biggest queues, but the people that are queuing for them really appreciate it. You know, they want to meet these queens because how else are they going to like? We can't afford to go to like all these different countries to go and see them individually. You know,
I
bring them
know.
together and get them some damn money and recognition because like you get people who meet them at DragCon and then go, "Oh, I've not watched your season, but I'm going to watch it now." Because you know I've seen I've seen you on stage or I've seen you on the runway, and that's inspired me to want to see more of you. Like it's great.
I know. Well, we're quite lucky because we've got two international queens from RuPaul's Drag Race who work with us a lot. So we've got Faux Fur from UK Drag Race Down Under, and Megan Schoonbrood's one of my drag sisters. So
Oh,
Faux Fur and Megan Schoonbrood are both my drag sisters. And then obviously working with Anita Wiglet was just insane. And then obviously this year is going to be even bigger, like not bigger queens, but like a vast supply of queens. Like, you know, I got to work with Miss Cracker last year.
oh,
Cracker's crazy and I love her.
nuts.
But never in a million years did I think I'd ever work with Cracker.
I literally saw her the other week, and she's like when she's off stage and she's chatting to you in the meet and greet, she's just funny and calm and chill and friendly. Then the second she hits that stage and gets a microphone, it's just comedy gold. Like
But then you
actually,
should see what she's like in the back room.
oh yeah, I can imagine.
Oh my god, I loved her. And then Charity Case, me and Charity Case had a right laugh in the back. We were just, oh, it was just laughed, and we were just enjoying like. I think when you're working with these kind of like international, they are international queens. When you're working
Yeah,
with them, you just you get a sense of like they are people
yeah,
Yeah.
who become your friends. They literally are people. That you know that they are celebrities, but they're still people, and they still have a heart, and they still need to be loved and nurtured and cared for. They don't need to be screamed at.
that's the thing that audiences forget a lot, isn't it? That they aren't just a TV persona. Like these are real people, and that's like every time we go somewhere and we approach them and we meet them, we try and like have that approach of we're not talking just to a drag act off the telly, we're talking to a person. Like
Yeah.
it's so odd watching other people just run up and go, "Oh my God, it's the drag persona only, and you're not a human being, and oh my God, you're just a wig and a pair of heels." It's like, well, they've got them on, but there's still a person under that. Like, it's not a robot. There's an actual human being that has to go through like 6 hours of this to
Although
look like.
I scare audience members because sometimes I've got such a bitch face on without realizing I've got a bitch face on.
Have
People
you
are
got
scared to
the
approach
resting bitch
me.
face?
Yeah, well, it's not even a resting bitch face. Sometimes I like, okay, I am so blonde when it comes to. I am really sick. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Sometimes I could just be staring into a wall, just like I'm not even like paying attention, but my face will show that I'm not happy. But I'm fine. I'm just it's like I've zoned out. I've just completely zoned out. So when someone came up to me and was like, "Can I have a picture?" and I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh my god, you're so nice." I was like, well, yeah, of course I'm nice. I won't be doing my job otherwise. And then they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you scared me a bit from over the room. I was scared to come and say hi. I was like, why? I was like, oh, sorry, I was just staring into abyss.
It looked like I was trying to kill someone with my eyes.
It's like my brain just switches off. Or sometimes what happens is, even though I'm Kiki Babs, sometimes Kyle will just come into my brain, and I'm like, no, I'm not Kyle, I'm Kiki. So it's
Kiki
like.
right now.
Kyle, what are you doing in here? Get out.
I
My
introduced
inner
myself.
saboteur.
I introduced myself to Venus and Brooklyn Heights by accident in the VIP room, not VIP room, in the room upstairs. You know, the interview
Oh
suite.
yeah, the press lounge. Yeah.
Kyle. And hi, I'm Kyle. No, I'm Kiki. What am I doing? And they were just pissing themselves laughing, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I've just introduced you to my boy name. I'm sorry. I'm Kiki. Hi." And they just found it so funny because obviously drag queens don't introduce themselves with their boy name.
Oh, they avoid it, don't they?
I introduced myself
Oh,
with my boy name.
We know the controversy of using the legal name.
Oh no.
Oh, I really wanted them to do that this year, where they, when that person was going around, I can't think who it was. Was it a drag queen?
Definitely Prince.
Yeah, it's definitely Prince. Yeah.
Prince. Hi, Carl.
I think that I think that's the reason that you weren't allowed to film in booths this year.
Yeah. No, but I really wanted him to come back and do that because I really wanted him to boy name me.
Time for part 4.
Carl, I'm not Carl. Who was that? Oh, that was which queen was Carl? She's French. Nikki Doll.
Nikki.
Nikki Doll.
Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God. Carl. Who's Carl?
She gave us a cracking video, she gave us a cracking video when we interviewed her where it was, this is Nikki Doll from Drag Race France.
Girl.
If you could make one change in this world, what would it be?
To give a platform to every single drag queen who is a drag queen or a drag king or a drag thing, because it's all about exclusivity. Not exclusivity. It's all about
Inclusivity.
inclusivity. I would say to give anyone who has a disability or doesn't have a disability a platform, because it's important to see, what Drag Syndrome are doing is absolutely powerful and incredible, and I'm obsessed. But it's also good to see that everyone should be able to have a platform regardless of their disability. So my things for that would be to give everyone a platform regardless of who they are.
I think
They really do need to work towards that, to be fair. We've got what is it, Harley Hot Wheels up here.
I love Harley. Harley always asks me to come up to you guys.
Oh.
She's like, you need to do a performance up here, which we are soon. Can't say when. Summer, we have got the biggest international Dragula star ever. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
We look forward to seeing you.
Mm-hmm.
With
I'm
that
going to be a scary, majestic, crazy thing. Oh, yeah, by the way, and my other costume is going to be a massive, put it this way, I'm going to have chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, internal warts all over me. Obviously not real. They are fake.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to see something so grotesque.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
This is an ultimate gag. That's all I can say. I can't say anything else. Otherwise, my drag
Well,
kill me.
I'm sure as soon as that name is released, we will promote it on our social medias so our lovely listeners can dive on those tickets.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Please.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, yes.
So you've heard that, listeners. Exclusive.
And we are looking at Newcastle.
What's this?
We are looking at a stage in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
Also Leeds. Also Manchester. Also Scotland.
Ooh,
Edinburgh.
We love some northern gigs.
We've got some really big. We've got a really big 10 cities tour. The first ever big tour we've ever done is happening this year.
Girl.
Time for a brand new segment because we've got a podcast spin-off. So I'm basically, because I like a good dad joke, I'm doing a dad joke segment. So I'm going to call it One for the Dads because it's truly a one for the dads. Basically, I'm gonna get a lovely guest to give us the dad joke first. Then I'm gonna make Glenn try and tell a dad joke, and then I'm gonna tell one. There's gonna be no winner because dad jokes. Does anyone win? Kind of the dads win. And yeah, I hope people love and hate them. So Kiki, but prior to this week's episode, asked you to prepare lip sync to a dad joke. What is your dad joke?
I'm afraid for the calendar, its days are numbered.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
that's terrible. I know.
I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10 on my dad's scale. I've got a dad scale now. That's gonna be my thing for the episode. Go on, Glenn.
Okay.
Give me your dad joke.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Your ma.
Your ma who?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Your ma.
Your ma who?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Your ma. Because it's not
Your
going to be
ma
your dar, is it?
Oh well.
What do we give that joke? That deserves a 7.
Oh, I'm going 6 because length. Like, little bit.
But we like length. Yeah, but we like length.
Mm,
Not gonna lie, I've got a list of dad jokes on my phone. I just made that up on the spot.
That was brilliant.
You're turning into a dad. Oh, that's terrible.
Go on, then, let's hear yours.
I'm not going to make mine up on the spot. I just really enjoy this one. So, do you
Okay.
know Spider-Man's got a winter jacket that's made entirely out of Mediterranean flatbread? It's a Peter Parker.
Oh God.
I read that literally earlier today.
I'm sorry. I think Glenn wins. I think the longer joke was funnier.
Yay!
It was more.
I never win the quizzes, so I've got to win something.
Yeah, I think we'll have to give the win to them. Yeah, I think the Peter Parker joke was just when it went way over my head.
Do you know what? Of all the things I didn't think I would be beaten by, glad it would be dad jokes, but I will give you that one. It's not my best. I'm not doing that in the first episode. You gotta warm the dads up, you know.
Oh, I always warm a daddy up. I've got daddy number 1 and daddy number 2 playing Kiki Babs Says.
And that's just one reason to come to a Kiki Babs show. Well, normally this would be the point where I'd ask you if you'd like to promote anything, but you've done a pretty good job of doing that without me even asking. So, is there anything you've maybe not mentioned that you want to plug?
What can I spell quickly?
Promote your platform. Where can we all find you?
Okay, you can find me on my socials, which is Kiki Babs Official. It's on my Instagram, or you can find me on TikTok. TikTok's boring. I don't do well on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok queen, unfortunately. I'll give you some big tea now. So I'm an ambassador for a breastplate company called Gossamer or Goshimmer or however people want to pronounce it. And I get 20% off breastplate. So if you do have any queens out there who want to purchase a breastplate, come and add me. Send me a message. I will send a message to Gossamer. They will be in contact with you and you'll use the code, which I can't give you now because obviously I'm just giving you a free code. Yeah. But if you contact me, I will send you the code and then you can get yourself a breastplate for 20% off.
There we go.
Now that's
she is useful.
helpful. She is. She's a marketing queen. Loves it.
Hey,
do we have anything?
You can go try YouTube and see our latest highlights of Hadrian Cup with the very wonderful Brian from Traitors Season 2.
Whoa! I gotta see that myself.
Oh, it was great.
Yes.
He was so much fun to hang out with. Yes, so we got those. There also are the highlights from last year as well, when it was just our Velvet doing them. So
yes, there is.
This year we brought Candy. So if you want to see Velvet's slutty blonde bimbo persona with the gentleman from the Traitors, what a collaboration that was.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yeah, then what else we do? We got Totally Drag, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got Totally Drag later this year. And that's it for now, until we find out what these mysterious things are from our very wonderful guest today, Kiki.
Thanks, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope I've spilled enough. Thank you. I think I've spilled enough tea to last you a century.
Well, maybe enough to last us 2 weeks until we get the full episode. You know, we are thirsty here at GURL. We like to.
We are. We love a thirsty bitch. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for joining.
We'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.